Hello, my friends. Welcome. Hola. Thank you for another Sunday with me. I know that you are very excited about today's guest, and me too. Before we start, I like to remind you about going to my YouTube channel. You can watch my latest video for a Katten. It's lyric video and also all the interviews I've had before in the past weeks. Any questions, comments? Thank you so much for your help and for sharing, following back. Anyway, and now, in other news, for you, if this is the first time that you watch one of my interviews, I am doing this specifically to share the female singers' work in the world. Not only in my country, I am having the honor to interview singers I admire, singers that speak different languages. And here I am. Sometimes you will hear me in Spanish, sometimes in English, probably even more. For today's interview, we have Lena Scissorhands, who is very famous. Her band is Infected Rain. Probably you've heard her or maybe just seen her picture, because all of the female-fronted websites or accounts on Instagram, Facebook, they always like to display her pictures. I think that was the first time I saw her. Her looks are so attractive. They make you look at her. She's colorful and beautiful. But also, she has a style. She's different from your normal symphonic metal singers and the other metal singers. But yes, I remember seeing her thinking, she's so beautiful. I'm not sure at what point I saw that people shared videos about her. So one way or another, I found out about her band, her music. I knew that she spoke English and Russian at some point, and that interested me because I like Russian language. So, to talk about her, I'm gonna have a few questions for her, and you're free to send me your questions here in the comments. Let's welcome Lena. Hi. Hello, Lena. Thank you for being
such
here.
an introduction.
Oh.
Oh my God, you made me blush. Good thing you didn't see me.
I didn't say enough, but I will in the rest of the interview. Thank you. Lena, I know that you understand hola.
I
Hola.
do. Yo entiendo un poquito español.
Yes. yes, I did see in one of your videos at your Bananas channel that you took Spanish lessons while you were studying a long back ago, but I don't know if you remember more.
I do. Entiendo mucho, pero no hablo.
Muy bien. Muy hermosa.
Gracias.
Excellent. I'm sure that
I only studied Spanish for 1 year, unfortunately. Hopefully, I will have time and opportunity to pick it up and know it a little bit better, because I really, really love languages. And I do speak other 2 Latin-based languages, so that helps a little bit. But yeah, I mean, let's do it in English though, so I don't blush.
Of course. One of them is Italian, and what's the other?
Romanian. I speak, yes, the country I was born in used to be part of Romania back in long time ago. And we do speak Romanian, but we also speak Russian, because Moldova used to be part of USSR. And especially people of my generation and older, they know Russian very well, because it was obligatory in school, and a lot of Russian-speaking families moved to Moldova. So there are many Russian-speaking people in Moldova till these days, although it's not obligatory anymore in schools as it used to be. Now, my father comes from a country that used to be part of USSR as well. So I grew up in a family where my parents spoke Russian, but I went to school, kindergarten and school in Romanian. So I grew up speaking both languages at the same level.
And I also saw a video where you said that you are forgetting Romanian, right?
A little bit. I can't say that I'm forgetting it. I just feel like I have to think a little bit more when I answer. It's only because I'm using it a little bit less than all the other languages. However, I don't think it's going to be that easy for me to forget about it because, as I said, I have it with me since I was little, and I studied and I read on and write on that language. So just unfortunately, I don't really have many people I speak with. The only two guys that I for sure speak Romanian with is my drummer and his brother, our sound engineer and album producer. They do understand Russian, but they prefer Romanian. It's a little bit easier for them, I believe, and I just easily just switch and speak Romanian with them. So, but other than that, my boys in the band, it's easier for them to speak Russian because of their family ethnicity, and so it just so happens that I use Russian a little bit more than Romanian. Yes, when I go to Moldova.
Well, anytime that you want to practice Spanish, I can help you.
Maybe we can barter with some lessons. Why not?
Of course. That would be awesome. Yeah. And about the music, congratulations on all your 4 albums, EPs, and also I have seen that you write the songs, right?
Correct.
All of them in English. Do you ever write first in one language, then change them to English?
No.
Okay.
So the only thing I used to do before being in the band, when I was a teenager, I started writing my thoughts down, and most of the times they were little poems or bigger poems. And I did start writing in Russian. Me and my best friend growing up, we were very rebellious when it comes to we felt like we don't really belong to this society, and we were almost like sisters, and we both started writing. So we were the only people to read each other's poems. So I started writing when I was 14, and I still have that little notebook. I do have those poems, those Russian poems. But then my whole family moved to Italy, and I was finishing school, high school there, and then university there. And just it came so natural for me to switch to English. I always loved English, and I used to read a lot in English, so my vocabulary would grow bigger. And especially while doing languages and literature in university, I felt like this is what I want to do, and that was way before I even knew that I'm going to be in a band. So I did start writing in English. In fact, the very first single we released with Infected Rain for the song Judgmental Trap, the lyrics were written way before I was even in the band. I was inspired by certain things that were happening in the world at the time. I just wrote that down. I did some changes, but the initial idea and the skeleton of the lyrics, it comes from when I was in a university. So I never had to do the translation. I never had to work that way when it came to my lyrics for Infected Rain, no.
Did you imagine the songs as the way you sing them today?
What do you mean again? How explain?
If you imagine yourself growling in the songs from the beginning when you were writing your poems?
No, so not really. In the beginning, as I said, I didn't really. Me being in the band was an accident. It was something that happened without being planned, let's say, and it just worked out because I loved it so much and I didn't want to let go. So I just studied a lot and did a lot of individual vocal lessons with teachers and stuff. So I just didn't want to let go. I loved it so much. But then throughout the band's career, when I write lyrics, I don't necessarily know exactly how it's going to be vocal-wise. No. Very rare I have the idea and I write it that way, and then I record that idea on my little vocal recorder on my phone, just so I remember it. But very often when I get the songs to put the lyrics to, I get more inspired. So the real inspiration for my vocal melody comes only when I pick the songs. So basically the way Infected Rain works is my boys, they compose the music. And when they are satisfied with what they did, they give me the songs, and I have, let's say, a lot of lyrics, different ones, and I have 10 songs or whatever. And then depending on what emotion that melody delivers to me, I pick which lyrics are going to go for that song. And when I chose, I send the lyrics to my boys, or I show them if I'm there with them, and I'm telling them how the song is going to be called. And then that's when I start working on the song. I do listen to my boys' advice when it comes to vocal melody. So way before I start composing, I ask them what are their vision for this song. Sometimes when they record a melody, their vision is, for this chorus has to be melodic. It can't be screaming. It has to be very melodic, very, atmospheric, very like global. So then they share that with me, or they say, this, I want you to fucking scream in the rhythm of the guitar. Or they say, this song is so weird, we need really weird vocals here. So they give me insights like that, because I try to be very respectful towards my boys, and in general, whoever I work with and collaborate with, because you risk to, by changing the atmosphere with the vocals, you risk that the composer of the music is not going to like it, right? But then that might hurt your feelings as well, because they're going to want to change it. So it's better to collaborate to communicate, not collaborate, communicate in the beginning, way before you even start. So that's my recipe, and it works really nicely. And seriously, just if we change anything, it's so little, or we add something to what I already composed, and together we do what we do,
That's a very good advice for all the bands out there. Excellent. Thank you, Elena.
That's what works, for me. And I don't think that necessarily that's supposed to be what's going to work for you or somebody else, but make sure you communicate, because everybody is an individual, everybody is a musician, and everybody is sensitive towards their creation. So it's important to be on the same page.
And almost every fan that sent me questions for you had the same question as myself. Who inspired you to start growling, or the style of singing that you have?
I think it's such an easy answer. It's just the music I used to listen to growing up, actually. It's not certain bands. It's not a specific vocalist. It's many bands, I started listening to alternative music around I think I was 13. And I knew I liked different sounding bands. I knew I liked music that touches my soul, and through this harsh, and if you want to call them brutal, vocals, you can deliver so much emotion, and it just spoke to me. Bands like Nirvana started with that, and then I just went heavier and heavier, and then more interesting. And definitely I can say that I learned from different vocalists that it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be you. It's okay not to be okay. Even if you're on the stage, it's fine. You don't have to be this perfect sounding, perfect looking, perfectly shining little icon just because you're on the stage. The fact you're on the stage, but you're still a human being. So you're supposed to feel, you're supposed to be you're supposed to sound the way you sound today, and especially because you are singing your own songs with your own thoughts, with your own emotions. So if you want to make sure that the audience right there feels you or hears you, you better be yourself. It's okay if it's a painful song, or whatever. Just go through the motions, go through it and be yourself and deliver. And it just so happened that it's just the most natural and most beautiful way to deliver is through screaming and singing and rapping and whispering and all of the things together, not just by choosing one. That's why metal is so amazing, because you can seriously mix all of the things together.
And you do. Perfectly.
I try.
Yeah, you just mentioned some bands, and I'd like to know, this is a question I ask all my guests, if you have, or you remember, videos about other bands that really impressed you or inspired you in the past.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Growing up, I used to watch a lot of MTV. MTV used to be so cool when I was growing up. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how old are you or our audience, how old is our audience, but the music television, the MTV that I grew up with was just the shit. It was, because bands like Korn, Limp Bizkit, POD, Il Nino, No Doubt, Garbage, I don't know, so many, Offspring, all those bands with Nirvana, all those bands were there. And I grew up in a poor family, so we didn't have like what's it called, a music box or boom box or whatever. I didn't have anything else where to listen to music to. I was lucky that I had those few channels at all, you know what I mean? And that was the first source of music that I had. So I remember being shocked seeing all those, and I'm not only talking about metal, even pop musicians at the time. I remember when I was watching Michael Jackson's music videos, his voice would touch me. It still happens to me when I listen to him. Queen, with Freddie's voice, or like, I don't know, Pink Floyd, or I don't know, Bowie, all those bands, the Kiss. I was so impressed by all this videos that I would see online on this TV channel. But I gotta say, something that really impressed me, what happened when I was 17, and I just moved to Italy literally a couple of months prior to this. And there was this festival pretty far from where I was located, where so many bands were playing, right? So I come from a country where concerts and festivals are not very often happening. If they do, it's mostly for local bands. Nobody like huge, especially in the alternative scene, would ever perform there. So I end up at this festival alone, because I didn't have friends yet, in a new country. I could barely speak Italian at the time. Somehow I arrived to this festival. Somehow I was in first row. It was an open air. Korn was headlining. And other bands like Il Nino, Soulfly, Him, and other bands were playing there. So this huge, right, headliners, and I was there in first row, so I could see it all. 12 hours of music, standing. I never did that before in my life, It impressed me so much. I remember thinking, being curious, how does it feel to be on the stage, facing so many people. How does it feel for them? You know? Yeah. I remember telling the story to Jonathan Davis when we played together a couple of years ago.
Wow.
And I told him, I saw you guys for the first time when I was 17. And it inspired me it made me so curious to know how does it feel to be on the stage, to open like a book for people to read, to be so true to yourself, so real in front of so many people at the same time. So yeah, I remember he was very touched by this story. Although he said that it made him feel old because it was literally 17 years ago. Okay. Now that I think about it, So yeah, that day is iconic for me. I'm never gonna forget it. The whole trip there and back, the emotion that I had as a fan, of music, and it was my first time. Oh my God, I have goosebumps right now telling you this story.
Even myself, I feel them too. And now you are an inspiration for many others, including some of the people that send questions for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I teach English in an elementary online school right now.
Okay.
So I share your music to some of my students.
You did.
I hope that you like these questions.
Amazing.
Hi, I'm Mhelyssa, and you are very beautiful, and I love you. I'm from Mexico. Goodbye.
Hello, Lena. This is Jimena. How do you protect the planet?
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you for this question. This is the best question I ever had in forever. Please, interviewers, take example. What's the name of this girl?
Jimena.
Jimena?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Gracias. Muchas gracias por preguntarme esta pregunta.
Sí.
Okay. Okay, so I do care about the environment very much. In fact, it's something that I started performing and taking care of a couple of years now. Every year I discover more and more, and I'm trying to be better. I'm trying. However, it's just so much more to learn, right? We are doing so many mistakes and we have so many bad habits that unfortunately destroy our planet. So first of all, at the age of 29, I started eating vegan. So I eat vegan for 5 years now, and I try my best not to use product that was tested on animals or made out of animals. Other than that, I am very cautious when it comes to plastic. I do not use plastic bags unless they are 100% biodegradable. I don't use plastic straws. I don't use plastic bottles. I try my best to be very cautious with all the containers and everything. If I end up using plastic containers or whatever it is that I'm using, I either try to reuse it as much as possible, or I try my best to recycle. So I make sure that I wash it and I recycle it, because not many people know that if you don't wash and you recycle, it ends up in the garbage because it ruins, it has a smell and many things. So this is what I do currently. I try to be ethical as much as it's possible when it comes to environment. But as I said, there is so much more to learn. And I also am one of those weirdos that when I go hiking in the nature, I come back with garbage. So
No, that's excellent. And it's exactly the topic that we're seeing right now in their classes. So it was perfect. I told them that you are very passionate about the planet, about saving it, and they were very happy about it. And they will see this video. And there was another girl before that asked at what age you started singing.
Okay, so I started singing in 2007, and I was 21 at that time. But it was in the end of the year, so you can say between 21 and 22. I started singing, but professionally, the band started taking, like more serious steps, I believe, around 2009. So in the beginning, it was just, we sang. We had like a couple of shows a year only, just for fun, right? But then we knew that we want more than that. So
hello, Lena. I am Sofia. Would you like to visit Hermosillo? Is in Mexico.
Oh my God, yes. So first of all, I want to visit every single town on this planet. I'm very curious. I love exploring and I love traveling very much. Unfortunately, there are so many more places that I didn't go for many reasons. Some require very, very, very difficult paperwork to do. Some require a lot of time. Some require a lot of money. However, I definitely love to travel and explore. So hopefully one day I will.
And you're invited.
Thank you.
One more question from the girls.
Hello, I'm Sarah. What is your favorite music?
Thank you, Sarah. So my favorite music is music that is sincere. I love music of all genres. I love pop music. I love rap music. I love reggae music, jazz music. I love electronic music, metal, all shades of metal, all of them, from the heaviest to the light pop rock type of alternative music. My only rule, I guess, when I choose what I'm listening to is for the music to be emotional. I think that music is the best vehicle for transmitting and delivering emotion. So it's very important, because you know how people say you are what you eat, but you also are what you're listening to, for sure.
Yes, I agree. It's very important. But now I have a very special section for this interview, even another special section. And this is trivia, like a game. Okay. You're ready for it?
Ready.
You have to choose one or the other. Okay, ready? Fly or teleport?
Teleport.
Big or small party?
Party?
Party.
No, small parties. I like small parties more.
Would you prefer to read minds or control minds?
No, I don't like control. I don't like controlling, so reading minds probably.
Nice. Invisibility or shape-shifting?
Wow, this is a good one. Invisibility.
Super speed or time freezing?
Super speed.
Phone call or text?
Phone calls, for sure.
Dogs or cats?
Oh, no, don't do this to me. All
you love all the animals.
Yes.
Okay. Play any instrument or speak any language?
I would love to play instrument.
Dinosaurs or aliens?
Aliens.
Wash the dishes or hand wash clothes?
What? No, I did so much of that growing up. Washing dishes is better, for sure.
Yeah. Do you prefer forest or beach?
Forest.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee. Both, but coffee wins a little bit more.
Ninjas or pirates?
Ninjas.
Travel to the past or the future?
Neither. I want now.
Okay. Comedy or horror?
Horror.
And the second section is without help. I just say like a question and you give me the first thing you think about. Okay?
Uh-oh. Yeah, sure.
Useless talent.
Stay home.
Ah. It is useful. Food that you cook best.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The food that you cook best.
Pizza.
Yummy. Celebrity crush.
Uh-oh. Angelina Jolie.
Oh. Favorite superhero.
Doctor Strange.
A must-have backstage.
Water.
Country that you'd like to visit first.
New Zealand.
Nice. Any phobias?
No phobias.
Your favorite hobbit?
My favorite hobbit?
Yes.
I don't think I have one.
It's okay. You were, would you, yes, I know. Your weirdest job.
My weirdest job. I used to babysit a 96-year-old old man.
Okay.
Once a week, I
You're
used
the
to.
winner.
Yeah, I had to do that once a week. He needed, somebody to watch him, and it was amazing, like babysitting a kid. Amazing.
Show that you are currently watching.
Legion, a Marvel show. It's really good. Everybody check it out. It's really good.
I will. Band that you wish to see reunited.
Reunited?
Or brought from the dead?
I don't know. Let's think. I mean, everybody that comes to my mind is dead. So I wish to see reunited Nirvana, of course. And to go to see a show.
Everything's possible here.
Yeah, everything's possible. So yes.
Yeah. And now a discovery of the year in the music. And now, not this year, in the past 12 months.
Oh, yeah. So I discovered, thanks to my guitar player, I discovered a couple of bands, but I think the one that I'm listening the most is Alpha Wolf. Very heavy, but very emotional. Very good. So good. Oh my God. I listen to them all the time.
Thank you. Now we have time to see a few more questions from the fans before we go. If that's okay, Elena.
Definitely.
Okay. Eduardo0224. Will you record a song in Spanish?
Ooh, I mean, never say never, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe one day.
Of course. D&D Dukes, hello to Lena. And another question is, are you getting a tattoo of your dog, Luna?
Oh, actually, that's something I was thinking about, but not yet, no. But I think it's going to happen eventually.
Another question was, what's your favorite drink for cold weather?
I think my favorite, I do love tea very much, don't get me wrong, but I think the best drink for a colder weather is warm wine with spices and fruit. I really like it. It's very popular in cities that are closer to mountains, and I really like that. They put spices in it, and because it's boiled, alcohol actually evaporates, so it's not all that heavy for you.
and Yale Cave. All your 4 albums are masterpieces.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I think we've covered the rest. I really, really want to invite you to Mexico. Hopefully you can come and play. Do you know any Mexican food?
Oh, I love Mexican food. My favorite is tacos. I do love nachos as well, but tacos are my favorite because I actually have a very good vegan Mexican restaurant here, not too far from my house. It's called Tacotarian. They actually have a couple in the city, and they have the best tacos I ever had in my life. And it's all vegan cuisine, and it's incredibly good. Even before I was vegan, every type of Mexican food that I ever tried was very delicious. So I just love it. I just really love food. I love enjoying food. So I love cooking. And when it comes to food, I am not all that picky, all it has to be like good organic food. That's it. That's my only request.
Yeah, tacos are very versatile. Yeah.
Exactly. So my favorite tacos that I have every time I go, they prepare it with hibiscus flower. It's so good. So good. Yes. And they do some with mushrooms, but that one is like, and they are called tacos de Jamaica. So
yes,
if you ever come to
that's a drink that what we use the most, the Jamaica.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to any Mexican musicians?
I can't say I did. Besides like the national music, I did listen to a lot of please remind me what is the name of pop, the typical Mexican band that plays
Mariachi.
Mexican mariachi?
Mariachi,
Yes.
maybe? Is that what you mean?
So mariachi. I've been to a couple of parties that were thrown by Mexican families, and it was beautiful. Beautiful. So that's as close as I got.
Well, I really recommend you. There is metal, Mexican metal, not just pop and ranchero, norteño, mariachi. Yes. And Mhelyssa.
And Mhelyssa, yes.
Oh, thank you so much. Congratulations on being such a complete artist. I think everything you do is art. I love your Bananas channel. I haven't finished watching your videos, but every time I start one, I can't stop watching. You're so good.
Thank you so much. That means so much for me, actually. It was taking us a while. We are working on another tour video from our very last tour, and we have so much material left, and that's why it takes us a little bit longer. But next one is going to be part of our last tour, so don't miss that one.
Also, you have a Patreon, so that everyone who's watching, go join Lena.
Yes,
there she
please.
is posting extra stuff. You're always giving so much of yourself. Thank you, Lena, for this time. And I'm hoping that we can be friends. What do you say?
Yeah. Absolutely. I absolutely loved this. Please send me a list of some good bands to listen to. I'm very curious now.
I have a question also. Would you nominate another singer that you would like me to interview next?
You know what? Yeah, you could try Heidi from Butchie Babies. We are very close friends now, and they she moved here to Vegas not too long ago, and we've been, knowing each other and talking in years. But now we are super close friends, and I think you're gonna have so much fun. She is absolutely incredible, talented, and friendly. So check her out. Tell her that I suggested. So.
Большое спасибо, Лена.
Пожалуйста, дорогая.
Красавица. И увидимся. Thank you so much. For now, this was all. And I invite everyone to continue watching my interviews. Thank you, Lena. We'll talk a little bit later.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and next Sunday we will be talking to Vivs from Flowerleaf. send your questions. And thank you. Goodbye. Thank you.